Morning everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be making some sea creatures. Now this video is for the YouTube collaboration which Mini Scenes GB is running. This video will go live on the 7th of June at 7:30 PM UK time. You will need to check your timing if you are in a different country, regards to how far behind or how far forward you are to the actual scheduled time. Right, so basically the collaboration is run by Mini Scenes GB. A playlist will be active on the 7th, which will be this Friday. All details for the video, for the playlist, will be down in the description for you all. So definitely go and have go and have a look and have a binge watch at some of the crafters. There's different types of crafters, from drawing, art like painting, resin. It's not just resin, so I just want to make that clear. So what are we doing for the collaboration? We're going to be doing basically the theme for the video is fantasy. Why is it when I start recording the neighbour lets the dogs out? It's like perfect timing. It's been quiet all morning, and then as soon as I come online and start recording, the dogs start barking. So I do apologise, but I can't control other people. So what we're doing some sea creatures. They're kind of like a sea dragon. So we have this one. I can't explain what it's like. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's just like a fantasy dragon. And then these are quite common on YouTube. Again, just another dragon. And then this is an egg. And I'm not sure if you can see, but it's kind of like something breaking through an egg, and you've got an eye. So colour wise, we're going to be using the Chameleon powders, Let's Resin Chameleon powders on these two. And this one, I'm thinking about just doing it subtle, maybe blues, pinks and white. So colour wise, we're going to be using blues and purples for these. Let's see what we have. Looks like I have a colour missing. That'll be my partner yet again. Right. Right, so we're going to go with grape, teal, I'm just looking for the purple ones, and a bit of magenta. Basically just a concoction of colours. You can never go wrong when it comes to dragons with colours. Now we'll go with some blues, purples. Yeah, that should be perfect. Right, so for this you're going to need paintbrush or a makeup brush or an eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to be using a small brush, which is just a makeup brush. Just some cheapies that I got off AliExpress and Amazon. I have a few. I have mixed up to 200 mils of the Apex High Gloss 1-to-1 resin from Just Online UK. All links from today's videos for the products and moulds will be down in the description box, along with discount codes from Just Online UK and Let's Resin. So if you fancy treating yourself, you can have a look at their website and save yourself some pennies in the process. So we're going to leave that to one side. I've got 30 minutes anyway. It's got a 30-minute working time, so I'll let that degas while we are colouring the moulds. Alright, so let's get started with the Chameleon powders. Right, so the spine now, I'm going to go down the spine into the tail in a purple blue. And I'm not really bothered about the Chameleon powders splashing anywhere else, because it's just an array of colour. And that's the great thing with fantasy, you can be as crazy with colours as you want. If you don't want to spray the Mica, like the Chameleon powder everywhere, you can actually go across with a baby white, but I don't feel the point to, because it's going to go everywhere anyway. So I'm just going to give my brush a clean. So these two will be backed in black, because when you use black, so I'm going to be using pastes. So I'm using the Jet Black pigment paste from Just Your Online UK. When you back Chameleon powders in black, they do actually make the colours pop. So I'm going to do the wings in teal. Right, so that's that done. So what you're going to need to do now is, once you've done all your mica powders, you need a brush that you can, you know, blend with. So I have a blush brush, which is just a makeup for putting on blusher. And what I do is I just basically get my brush and I just rub it in to the mould. And what that does is it helps to blend everything in and cover areas if you've missed any. And just give them more of a equal blend, if that makes sense. Right, so I'm going to bob you on pause. I'm going to take this to my garbage can. I'm going to try and get all the excess pigment, my chameleon powders out the bottom, and I'll be back. 1 second. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, that is more better, isn't it? There is some stuck down there that I can't get, but that's okay. It might come out with the resin. I'm going to pour the resin in. Right, so this one, we're going to do this in teal and where's it gone? There. So you've got teal and grape. So the eye, I am actually going to do that with marker pen once it's done. So I'm not really bothered about colouring that in. And then just take your baby wipe if you want to be clean. Everyone knows me on my channel, I can't stand mess. And that goes for dirty mould as well. Just going to give that a wipe. Right, so the resin has degassed. And we're going to get this mixed. They're just surface bubbles which I can pop. So all I've done is dipped my stick in and pulled it out. There's hardly anything on it. You don't need a lot of pigment. Right, so that's mixed now, and what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up my stick, and then that will go in the bin, and we're going to pour the resin in these. I just want to make sure that I get all the resin in the nooks and crannies. So if your mould is soft enough, you can squeeze And what that does is it just helps to push the resin in, and then when you pull it back like that, it'll suction the resin back in. There isn't much in there anyway, so that's not too bad. But there is little holes in there, so it does help if you can try and get the resin in the holes. And then we're just going to top this up. Right, so I'm going to put that to one side. I've still got 20 minutes working time on that, so that's fine with me. I'm going to sit these to one side while I work on the next one. I have got a little, just one second. I have got a little blowtorch that I bought. It's just a lighter, really. And here's me saying I've never used blowtorches. It's only a very little, it's very, very, very weak. And I'm just going to babysit that for 30 minutes to an hour, let it degas, and I'll keep going over with some heat. I'm going to move that to one side. Once that's had an hour's rest to degas, it'll go on my heat mat, and I will put that on for 1 hour on my heat mat, and then that'll be cured and we can demold it. Right, so this one, let's put these away. Let me just put you on pause while I put my things away and we can get working on the next one. Right, so I'm back. So the colours that I'm going to use are these three. I'm using Cyan Blue, Orchid, which is kind of like a purple colour, and then Spring Green. And we're just going to do like little areas, not too much, because I don't want to take away from the actual design. Sorry, I was just peeling the label off because I haven't used that before. So the wings we're going to do in purple. Right, so if you see in there, if it wasn't time-lapse too fast, I've just gone over the rest of the mould that I hadn't coloured in white, and that will just give like a shimmer to the mould once the resin goes in. Right, so this is going to go in another mould that I'm filling up at the moment, and I will mix up I'm going to say 2 ounces to start with. If that's not enough, I'll mix up some more, but I'm going to do 2 ounces, and then I'll do that in white, and we're going to be using the Supreme White by Just For You Online UK. So I'll chat back with you very shortly. See you in a minute. Right, so I've mixed up 60 mils of resin, which is 2 ounces, and I've got the Supreme White, so I'm just going to mix that up because it's been sat here for a little while, and I don't want it to ferment, so I'm just dipping my stick in, and that's it. I would highly recommend not to use wooden stir sticks in your resin because it can induce bubbles with them being so porous, but the choice is yours. I prefer not to. Right, so that's all my white pigment mixed up. I'm just going to put some isopropyl on my hands. Sorry about that. My phone rang and I did cut the call off, but every time someone rings it cuts the recording off, so I didn't realise. I was sat down and I did try to press record, but I didn't press record in time. So all I did basically was pour the white resin. You're not missed anything really. And then I was just showing you that when you let your mould sit with resin in for if you do use a heat mat, this only relates to if you use a heat mat. If you do let them sit for an hour, you know, look at all this. This is basically where bubbles from the bottom have brought the mica powder to the top. You know, the bubbles have popped. So I'm gonna get that degassed for an hour and then get that cured and I'll be back and we'll do the final part of the video. Check back with you later. Bye. Hi everybody and welcome back. Right, so these are now cured. We're going to get these demolded. So we're going to start off with this. I'm just demolding for now, and because I've got to go and pick up my little boy from school. So I'm going to get these demolded and then I'll do the rest when I come back. Oh, I really like that. How cute is that? I think that's come out fantastic. That's a show. I've got a little bit of overspill here, so a bit of scissors, and it comes off easy. I really do like that. Let's get this bad boy demolded. I think this mould is matte also, which is fine. I don't mind some mould. I know those who are not new to my channel know that I do not like matte moulds, but some of them are okay. And this dragon, under this sea dragon, in matte is fine. I don't mind. And there we go. So we have a nice little dragon. I will colour his eyes in. And then save the best till last. This is the one that I'm mostly wanting to do. Right, I'll be back in 5, guys. There's somebody at the door. Right guys, I am so sorry. I didn't realise that I wasn't recording. I pressed record and it was recording, and I sat down to do the final parts to the products, and when I come to stand up to cut the video off, it wasn't ready. It wasn't recording, should I say. So what I did was I put yellow UV resin by Jdiction in the pupil and went down with a black line underneath, and in the cracks I filled in with some sparkly UV resin, and on the tips of the claws I used black Sharpie pen. And this one I forgot to demold. This one is still soft, and it's still soft because it's thin in parts of the area, and I didn't realise until I tried to demold it. Some of it is hard and some of it's not, so that's going back on my heat mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that on my heat mat for another 30 minutes, and I'll come back and I'll continue the video. I do apologise for the muck-ups. I'm usually well prepared and for some reason my phone seems to be out of memory. It is a brand new phone, so I'm not sure why it keeps saying no memory, but I have deleted some previous videos, and hopefully you will get to see what I've got left to finish. Again, I apologise. Right, I'm back, and this has now cured enough for me to demold it, and I found out what the issue is with my phone. So basically you can set amount of daily usage for memory and internet. So basically I'd use my daily allowance. Basically I hadn't, but memory, it's basically set on kids' profiles. I think one of the kids has been messing with it, so I do apologise for the muck-ups, as I said before. Right, so let's get this demolded. Oh, this is really pretty. I am just trying to take my time in demoulding it because it is a tad soft just on the tail. And there we go. And the mica powders come out really nice on the white. Nice pretty face, how beautiful. I have seen these and they were like $35 for like a big one, and then I seen these as a set about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I bought them and I thought these will do for a few videos. And then when Tracy said she was doing the collab, I thought, well, I couldn't really use them because the dragons, I know dragons are more mythology than fantasy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a slit in her eye. Because I can't get in. And there we go. Just 2 sea dragons and a baby sea dragon cracking out of the egg. What do you think, guys? Which is your favourite out of the 3? This is my favourite by far. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love it. I really do love her. She's so pretty. Reminds me of a mermaid. Yeah, let me know which one you prefer. So I'm going to leave that with you. Please check out the playlist in the description box for the rest of the collaborations, the people who've participated. Please like, comment and subscribe if you've not already done so. That would help my channel out so much. And I shall see you on the next upload tomorrow. Goodbye.